Hello everyone, today I wanted to show you how to replace the transistors on your CobraPin pinball controller. This applies to the main controller as well as the satellite board and the expansion board. The transistor setup is the same for all three. I'm going to be demonstrating on the satellite controller today. This is an old Rev that I had lying around, so I thought it was a good candidate. So let's get started. You're going to need soldering iron, solder, as well as some diagonal cutters.
So check the links in the description below if you want to pick up any of these items.
I'm going to be showing this today on a microscope. Hopefully that will make it easier for you to see what's kind of going on. The microscope isn't absolutely required, but these are small components. So a magnifying glass, a microscope, reading glasses, those are all going to be helpful. For this demonstration, I'm going to be using parts that are in the correct package, but these aren't the exact parts that you need. So don't look at the part numbers that are on these packages that I'm putting on and think those are the parts that you need to buy, because they're actually the wrong parts. They're just parts that I had lying around and available. I'm going to show you two methods for replacing the transistors on your board. One is using a surface mount package that is a TO252, also known as a DPAC package, and the other is using a TO251 through-hole package, and that's also known as an IPAC. We're going to get started by replacing Q9 right here. So we get our diagonal cutters, and slowly and carefully we're going to snip leads off of the transistor, one at a time, as close to the body of the transistor as possible. The goal here is to put as little stress on the solder joints of the leads as possible. If you stress those out too much, you can actually lift the pads of the circuit board. Then we tin the tip of our soldering iron and slowly and carefully heat up the pins so that they come off. Be sure to remove the excess leads that you've trimmed off so that they don't get stuck in your circuit somewhere else and cause a short eventually. Sometimes it's helpful to lubricate the joint with a little bit of extra solder. That helps it come loose. Next, we need to heat the large pad. Same thing, we're going to take a little bit of our solder and lubricate it. And be very patient, this is going to take a little while to heat up. But you'll start to see it bubble a little bit, and there it goes. So while you're still heating it, pick it up with some tweezers. It's going to be very hot, do not pick it up with your fingers. Then we take a paper towel with some alcohol and clean up the board as best as you can. Then I'm adding a little bit of flux. Here I have a flux pin. We get our TO252 package and slowly and carefully place it and get it aligned as best as you can. You're going to start by heating the lower lead in this picture. This lead is the easiest to heat because there's the least amount of copper attached to it. Then you're going to work on the upper lead. This one is much more difficult to heat and is going to take a little bit longer. You will be aided by a little bit of extra solder. Then we're going to come back and add a little bit of solder to the first lead. Then we add a little solder to this back pad, get it heated up. Again, it's going to take a while. Just be patient and watch as the solder slowly starts to melt. There, you can see it completely flowed there. And I'm going to hold it down while it cools. Now that we've successfully replaced the surface mount package, we're going to start here on Q16 and replace it with a through-hole package instead. Start the same way you did before by clipping the two leads off as close to the package as possible. Heat the leads as before. Again, a little bit of extra solder could help it go a little bit smoother. Carefully remove the leads that you just cut off. So one of the nice things about the through-hole replacement is that you don't actually have to remove the main body of the transistor that's already there. We're just going to clean the pads from the leads we just removed. Get your TO251 eye pack. The orientation of the through-hole part is actually the same as the surface mount part. So start by placing it on the existing surface mount part. Then we're just going to take that part, tilt it up, and get it in the holes. Then you can solder this package as you would any through-hole package. Here I realized I didn't add quite enough solder, so I decided to add a little bit more. You can turn the board over and make sure that you have fully soldered the back side of the leads as well. And trim off the leads as necessary. Now you've soldered the through-hole package, you can leave it standing up like this or bend it over. If you do decide to bend it over, make sure that you're not touching any other leads. And that's it. Now you know 2 ways to replace the transistors on your CobraPin products. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and take a look at my products on Pinside. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.